What's
All
going
right.
on?
Hey, everybody. I don't know why. At the stop. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, I'm sorry. Sorry. Um. Hey everyone, I'm author Erica. As you guys all know, thanks for joining the hashtag Give a Sister a Hug. So tonight we're gonna talk about relationships in all areas: relationship, business relationship, personal relationship. But before we start, we're gonna introduce each other because I don't think Kim you met Tiffany, and I don't think Tiffany met Kim. So, introduce yourself, Kim.
Hey, everybody. I'm Kim, and I'm the founder of Quality Day Foundation. We are a nonprofit for domestic violence, and we are based out of Dallas, Texas, but we help people everywhere.
Okay. All right, Tiffany, go introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. Tiffany Moss, and I am a author, the author of Developing Consciousness of Who You Really Are, and also a speaker.
Thanks for introducing you guys. So tonight we just gonna go. Tiffany was asking where we going at what relationships. So I'm thinking we can start off as with business relationships. You know, we have a lot of those. So, if I'm not sure how y'all want to go with just business relationship. Period. What's the good? What the pros? Let's talk about the pros and cons of business relationship. So who wants to start? Good and bad of business relationship. I mean myself personally, I think on one hand, it's good to have business relationship because we all can get together, put
Hmm.
our minds together and come up with one theory on different things. And you can go anywhere when everyone get together and put their mind together. Sometimes business relationship turns out bad, and especially when everybody's not on the same page and you have one person doing everything and someone else get agitated because that one person doing everything. Me myself personally, as for me, I'm this person. I like to just take the lead on stuff. And sometimes that's bad for me because people don't actually like that because they think you're, being bossy and taking over the situation. So Tiffany, what's your intake on good and the pros and cons of business relationship?
Just to just with before every
You going in and out, Tiffany. Hello?
I'm here.
Oh, Tiffany?
can you hear?
No, you going in and out. You breaking up. You going in and out.
Okay. I'm holding. See,
Huh?
possibly, I can't. Can
Kim, go ahead.
What?
What's your intake on pros and cons of business relationship?
Um,
my
I honestly would say that I think that it's good to have someone that you can bounce, a good partner that you can bounce things off of, and then we can come together and make it happen. Um, the downside of that is being in a partnership with someone who doesn't see the same vision as you, and the outcome is just horrible. I do like to take the lead because I need stuff to get done, and I don't have time to be waiting on somebody to get some stuff done because it's always some reason why something didn't get done.
Uh-huh.
So I personally think, for me, I would like to have a partner that can hold me accountable to
Right,
things that needs to be done. But it's hard when you don't have anybody that's gonna hold you accountable.
right. And I mean, that's how I am too, because sometimes I need to be held accountable because I may
Mhm.
fall off. Every
Mhm.
person just can't carry the weight. So I think business partners are
Yeah.
good to
Yeah.
have in
Mhm.
business relationship. Kim, you there? I mean, Tiffany, you there?
I'm here.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'm very business, but I do know from uh, people is that you have to be able to communicate. You have communication up your boundaries, not for a relationship, it's a business relationship. I think you have that you have clear communication, clear boundaries, and one with so everybody time you can't play. So I do have partners of who business with. Can you meet them?
You go in and out.
And, uh, walk out.
Erica, what's that in your background? What's that? That's nice. What is it?
That's my little divider. It's that peace, peace and love.
Like,
Okay, I like that.
Yes.
can you hear me a little better now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, let's good.
Now you totally out, Kim. I mean, Tiffany.
You can't hear it all.
No, I can't hear you at all.
Okay, let's be. Or I don't know what's now.
Okay, you might have to go out and come back in.
Okay,
Uh, so Kim,
Yeah.
I like to have as you know, I have a business partner, and
Right.
I think it's always good to have someone that you can work with because sometimes it takes more than just one person to come up with something. Like
Yes.
whereas
Mhm.
me sometimes with me I'm not as creative as my business partner, which is Yvonne. She's very creative. She can come up with something in less than 5 minutes, whereas it takes me
Mhm.
a while just to think about what I want to
Mhm.
do. Just come up with something, period. So it takes a while.
Mhm.
I think it's good to have um, a business partner and working with someone because it takes the load off of you, like promotion. She's good at finding different promotion areas where I'm not, and then it becomes a thing of where, y'all link, she may have more connects than you have, and you
Mhm.
just bring everything together. So I think having business relationships is good. But
Mhm.
sometimes, you know, um, business relationship can get messy.
Very.
They could get messy.
Mhm.
And with some females just, and that's bad because some of us just can't work together.
Mhm.
So have you had a bad experience of working with, another female?
Mhm.
Or have you worked with anyone, female, male,
Mm.
We gonna keep it gutter. You know, you don't want. We don't want just give the good side of things. We will always want to share the bad because we never know who may be listening to this
Right,
and maybe have a
right.
might see that they have a bad part. A bad person they're working with.
Sometimes you just gotta walk away, and that's just, you might have to close the door to somebody that can hold you accountable, that is bringing, the clientele or bringing you, any type of resources and bringing you money, but they intentions is not right. It's just something about it's all about the energy with people.
Uh-huh.
And if me and you just not clicking, ooh, it don't matter what you do. It just ain't for us. We just can't mix. We just can't. Mm-mm.
Right, and sometimes things just don't work,
Mm-hmm.
and then
And
uh-huh.
for me, I can speak for me. I'm really for me to be uh owner, founder, CEO, black woman, trying to run this foundation for domestic violence. When I tell you it's a struggle, because you I'm having a hard time finding people that want to be on board.
Partnership.
And yes, I can't find partnerships. I can't find sponsorships. Nothing unless you paying all this money
Right,
to do something. And I'm like, I understand you have to make money, but see, I don't have the knowledge and the know-how.
right.
So when you know that's not your lane, you get with somebody because
That
that's their lane.
that's familiar with that land.
But then those people know that you don't know what you're doing and they get over on
Right. And we experience that a lot. A lot.
you. Too much,
Especially in
to
the
be honest.
business world. And you know what? You said partnership and let's think about this, is that because we going through this pandemic with corona that
Mm-mm,
people just scared to invest right now because of the
mm-mm,
pandemic? Or
mm-mm, mm-mm. I don't think so. Uh, I don't want to say that it's a race issue, but I'm kind of leaning towards that. And the reason why I say that is because I'm a black woman out here and I'm trying to help other black people. Well, I'm trying to help anybody, period.
right, period.
Um, but if you look at what is it, North Giving Day, or is it Giving Day, Tuesday Giving Day, however you say it, I'm sorry. I looked at their all their stats and everything. When I checked it, they made over $1 million.
Wow.
But if you look at all the people that is intertwined with that, they are white people.
Um,
And us that are not white people are trying to get in the league where they are. For me, I'm having, and this is crazy, but I have more people, white people, that's willing to give a hand than I do for my own people.
right. And sometimes we have to sometimes that's hard. That's hard to walk away sometimes because you
Mm-hmm.
always want to do business with your own, but
Mm-hmm.
it makes it so hard. That's just like, for instance, when I was looking for actress to play me for my book, The Journey. It
Mm-hmm.
was just so hard to find a color girl. It was always um just you send out emails and you get response, but I mean, I had a Hispanic girl. She
Mm-hmm.
had to listen to the book and everything, but Erica is a black girl.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
Yeah.
it's just crazy because we not on board. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
the other people, they like jump at it as soon as like as soon as you ask, hey, I need this done. Can you help me get this done? And it's like, sure. But what do you like, how do you handle, how do you just handle that? Because it's like that's you see that all the time.
Yeah, I do see it all the time. I have, you know, I'm gonna give a scenario of what just happened.
Okay.
So I'm looking for a grant writer, and I don't care what your nationality is. I need a grant writer.
Right.
But
All
when I
right, guys,
tell
I'm back.
you, oh, I can hear.
I,
Um, when I reached out to
uh-huh.
the black lady,
Uh-huh.
she just, dibbled a little bit, didn't want to go into nothing. Another lady who was white gave me everything that I needed in one conversation
And then give BS.
at all.
So Tiffany, I'm gonna fill you in. We just was talking about how sometimes it's hard to work with, us of color, and where we go
Hmm.
to other people's, they give us help. And I
Hmm.
know you was telling, go back to the point you was making as far as your pros and cons of business relationship.
My thing is, I believe that having business trips, the pro is, building a professional relationship with that person and you being able to support them being able to support you. I believe the cons is just choosing the wrong person. Because sometimes people on the
Hmm.
surface come across as genuine, and then you
Hmm.
later on you find out you're like, so it's
Hmm.
just being careful on who
Hmm.
you connect with, and
Hmm.
also just knowing your boundaries and making certain you're honest and having good communication. Because some people don't know how to communicate.
So have you had any experience on, bad business relationship?
I have.
Talk
I
about
really
that.
I won't name any names,
No.
but it was very bad. Whereas I felt taken advantage of because, like she said, you want to support your sisters and brothers, but
Right.
Hmm.
sometimes they see you might not be knowledgeable in a certain
Hmm.
area, and so therefore they take
Hmm.
Just
advantage.
said that. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mhm.
Hmm.
It was a horrible experience. Mhm.
Wow. And Kim just spoke on that right before you came in. She was just saying that it's just bad, and I mean, I find it, and I was telling Kim, and I don't know, Tiffany, you may not have come in, but I was working on doing the movie for the journey.
Okay.
And it was so hard to find a sister of my color.
Wow.
I had a Hispanic girl listen to the book, know everything, but she didn't know Erica was a black girl.
Wow.
She was ready, had pics and everything. She was even thick, she was a thick girl. She knew Erica was heavy set. She knew everything about Erica, but she didn't know Erica was a black girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was just so crazy. And we had just interviewed one girl. She was,
Mhm.
a sister and thick and everything like Erica, but she just wasn't responding. It was always,
Hmm.
I just don't have time, or it was always a problem.
Right.
And
Right.
we go through that, we go through that with our own people. And I mean, I just can't figure out why.
I
Hmm.
don't.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
think that I think that we take advantage of people. We don't value relationships as much as we should. I think
Right.
some people and just I don't know, but I know it's bad, really bad.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know. I know
actually,
something bad.
I have two separate occasions where it wasn't good. Two
Wow.
separate people. Yeah, and it's like I ordered some business cards, and I've been ordered business cards and book flyers like almost 3 months ago, and I got them, but I got them at separate times. It wasn't correct, and I had to hunt down more to get the product, and I'm
She
paying my
talking
money,
about.
and I'm like, what is going on? I need my stuff. So I'm mailing out books with no bookmarks, no business cards, and it's like, oh my God, this is
Hmm.
ridiculous.
Hmm.
So
I
where's
understand
this
that one.
video gonna be? Because I can't have this out.
Just on YouTube.
Because I'm sure they all know who I'm talking about. Like, oh my God, I didn't call no names though.
No, you didn't. But it just, I mean, it's all like, it's not no shade to hurt nobody or to hurt nobody's business, but it's my experience. It's your experience. You
And
experienced that.
I think in that person's defense, she had a lot was going on personally, and
But
sometimes personal stuff get wrapped up in the business. You can't take care of the business part.
Kim, what was
Sometimes
all of
stuff
that about?
breaks.
And that's the truth. Sometimes we bite off more than what we can chew.
yeah.
Yes, yes,
Hmm.
yeah. I
But
agree.
we gotta stop doing that though, because we hurt other people in the end.
Right,
Yes, we
correct.
do.
Yes,
Hmm.
I
Like
agree.
that affect your books. You didn't have what you needed to supply your customers with your business card, their bookmarks. And you done promise your customers this. Like, okay, you
Mm-hmm.
promised me
Yeah,
Hmm.
something and I can't get it. Now my
and I was like, you know what? I just threw my hands up. I was like, okay. And then I'm still not pleased with the work, but I'm just going to get me some more done somewhere else.
so now you have to give your customers and sometimes you may not even give it to your customers, but you stuck with business cards or bookmarks that's not even working for you.
Correct.
Hmm.
Much, pretty much. So,
And that's just, it's awful, and I hate to say it, like, all the time, we got to get it together, and then it's always this thing that with us, oh, you don't support the blacks, you don't do this, and
exactly.
we do that.
Exactly. Yes. And I purposely patronize our people because I feel like we need to help one another and support one another. But when we
Hmm.
support one another, we need to be professional and do right by each other. You know what I mean?
Right. And I was scared to do business. I was scared of the whole business partner thing because you have to have trust,
Hmm.
to be open, you have to
Hmm.
be honest.
Yeah.
And when me and Yvonne first started, it was crazy because we was filling each other out. We black women's and we was filling each
Of
other out, but
course.
as the years go on and she showed and I showed that we both trustworthy, like, she showed me things and be like, hey, Erica, this is what you need
Hmm.
to do, or let's try this and let's do this. And I think we where one is lacking with one place and the other one just fill it in and just make it
Hmm.
work. Whereas I'm the talkative business partner and she the more laid back business partner. Whereas she has a podcast herself and I have a podcast. Whereas you can say, oh, Erica, let's do a podcast. And I jump on it today. Whereas with her, you got to give her a day because she just not that talkative. Whereas I talk about everything.
Y'all know each other. Know each other and what each other need.
Yeah, so it's like it's trust. Like, everybody has to be trusted, and it's
I was
hard.
actually in, I'm saying business part, but I was actually just in a business uh
But
partnership with someone. I was actually serving on a board of directors for their foundation.
that don't look like it went too well. So would you do it again?
I think the part was that we were not only business partners, we were friends.
Hmm.
That makes a
Hmm.
difference. That makes a difference.
And I just felt like I was more supportive of her
Hmm.
than she
Hmm.
was of me.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, that part. Hmm.
And so I had to I had to step back. In essence, the relationship has been demised because I was like, I feel like it should be 100 here and 100 there. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
If I've been there for since day one, helping you with your foundation, and then when it comes to me, it's just nothing but negativity, no support. I was like,
Hmm.
What you thinking, Kim?
Uh-huh.
She get, let me tell you, Kim give you them faces. Mm-hmm. And
Mm-hmm.
then when you know something coming behind them.
So it was unfortunate, but it needed to be done.
But I don't know. Sometimes friendship, you mixing friendship and business together, that tend to that tend to be a bad situation.
Yeah,
I
it
think
did
it
go south.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I
did go
agree.
south.
Yeah,
Would you
and
do it
that's
again?
what.
Go ahead. What you was saying, Kim?
I wouldn't. I would. I personally wouldn't.
I don't
I
believe I
can't.
will either.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I wouldn't. My friend,
Well, you would think because we are friends that, if we are true
yes.
friends, then we should be able to help each other with no BS in between.
Exactly.
But you start to notice, because I've actually said this to one of my friends, I don't do one-sided relationships. I've been knowing you for years, and I call you, you don't answer. You call me, I answer. We have a good conversation. I don't hear from you anymore. And then you talking about you want to do this business venture. Where you at?
Right.
I shouldn't have to keep calling you. I shouldn't have to keep texting you. I shouldn't have to do any of that if we're doing something together.
Correct.
So you kind of back away from the situation, which I did, and it's to the point to where I think is going to ruin our friendship just because you don't value me as your friend.
Mm.
They forget about the friend and start being this business person.
Well,
Hmm.
she ain't even good at that, so oh, I said that. Oops,
Yes,
saying
she
it
did.
I
out loud,
and I
out
mean
loud too.
this business relationship and friendship been demised as soon as a week ago.
Oh wow, that's fresh.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
How does that affect you? As this person was my friend and we try to make this work. How did that affect you, Tiffany?
I had some reservations on the friendship. Um, and so I just remained positive until I got more data, more information to go on before I made the decision to cut our ties. I just remained supportive for her, doing whatever she needed me to do for her foundation. I was there anytime she needed me, give advice to her. I
Wow.
haven't been to college, but I whatever information I knew, I gave it to her, to help her foundation. But when it came down to something I was working on, like my book, she just wasn't there. She wasn't supportive. And
You
then when I
this.
did got feedback from her, it was very negative feedback.
Wow.
So
Oh,
that is what severed it for me.
Hmm.
mm-hmm.
The negative feedback that I got from her.
Do
And
you
after
think it
that,
was jealousy?
I think that it was. I think that it could have been, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Why as women we have so much of jealousy towards each other? I see that a lot too.
I don't understand it. I mean, because she's a professional, beautiful woman, professional woman, have a good job. She has a foundation.
Hmm.
So, we all are, out here trying to do something, for ourselves and for our families. There's nothing to
Mm-hmm.
be jealous of. We just helping each other, trying to support one another. So I don't understand where jealousy should ever come into to play, ever.
No, because I mean, even if like Tiffany, me and you, we authors, and Kim has a foundation, but we may be authors, but we doing something different. We should, as
Right.
authors, we should be able to come together and make some
Yeah.
things, come up with something and make some things work. Not try to be in competition because it's not a
No,
competition.
it's not about that. It's not
Mm-hmm.
about that. I have another sister. She and I are close. She has a women's ministry, and I'm always there to support her, and she's there to support me. So it's just certain people are able to, women or men are able to have relationships with people where they're strong in themselves. I really think is an inner issue. I mean, if you have
Mm-hmm.
inner things going on,
Uh huh.
then you're not able to cohabitate or have a relationship with other people if you have inner issues. I really do
Mm-hmm.
believe that.
Yeah, we do. I mean, as women, I don't know. I mean, me myself, it's just some things when things happen to, like for instance, I had a young lady. We met at a pop up shop, and we talked, and she's an author, and she was like, "Hey, let's get together." And and me, I'll give you a little bit. As far as me, as a girl, I don't have too many girlfriends because I don't let too many girls in my circle because I don't want to deal with the jealousy. I don't want to deal with the fighting because we shouldn't fight, especially if we friends. So I've been trying this whole thing of just, doing the whole girl thing, having girl, just having girlfriends. So she was like, "Oh, we talked on the phone and everything," and she was like, "Oh, just asking me all my business. Mind you, my business partner is a public person. She does music, and I don't. I feel like if we girls, especially us females." We share information. I don't mind saying, "Oh yeah, Kim, I know this and da 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 da," and share this information. Tiffany, hey, check this out. I found this. I don't mind doing that. I have a problem when it comes to like you doing it in a sneaky way. When I give you all of the information, you block me and you don't talk to me.
Are you
So you
serious?
use me. So you use
Wow.
me.
You use me for information that's already public.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Why? And and that kind of like that makes me okay. I'm a back up. That makes me back up from allowing other females in my circle because now I'm scared because if I'm giving you information, why be sneaky about it?
And
I
see,
agree.
that's what we have to be wise on who we allow in our circle.
Like I just found that was kind like that traumatized me. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. It traumatized me because I feel like I'm a person. If I know something, and Tiffany texted me and said, "Oh, Erica, you know this? Okay, then I don't mind doing this because if we don't communicate with each other, we won't get nowhere. And that's the main thing. I think that's the bigger problem with females anyway. We don't like to communicate. We don't like to share.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Some people feel like I'd rather see you crabbing in a bucket, just crabbing instead of you got the information.
That's really sad.
It
Really sad.
is sad.
I don't want to see you crabbing in the bucket, especially if I got the information.
Right.
I'd rather give it to you and let you get on out that bucket, and we get together and we work it out.
Right.
Instead
Give
of just holding on, huh?
any information I have, I don't mind giving it. Like the process with the book. I learned so many lessons, and anybody needs to know. I'm not gonna charge them for the information. I'm gonna give it to you. Because I don't want anybody to go through the same situations that I went through.
To eliminate some of those problems. Yeah, you try to help, but then sometimes the help kind of kick in your butt.
Yeah.
I can, uh,
Yeah.
can definitely believe that.
That's I don't know. It's just some things. I guess it's just some things you'll never figure out or you'll never know. I guess it's just the growing pains of us going through in business. The business growing pains.
Yeah.
So I don't know, y'all. Business is business us and females. Oh Lord, we go through we
Yeah,
have
we go through it. We definitely, go through it. There to me it's not a right and a wrong way.
uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
It's just hopefully you have the right people in your corner. Hopefully.
Hmm.
Who they getting? Oh, I'm about to get started. Okay, never mind. Y'all going to team sets. Never mind.
So my next question, have you been taken advantage of, like maybe being used out of money, because that's a big thing too, where people ask you for so much of money and they don't do what you think is quality work. In business, have you experienced that, like just being taken I mean, Tiffany, have you experienced that, just being taken advantage of?
I have. It's unfortunate. Lesson
Yes.
learned. I
hmm
have.
I
Unfortunate.
think we all have. We,
Mm-hmm.
if I don't know who listening, so I'm just not gonna go into the story. But yes, yeah.
Right. I ain't gonna go into the story. I ain't going into that story.
That's a
Uh-huh.
sad story.
Yeah.
Because you never know. It's crazy how people sit up there and say they're not checking for you, but then all of a sudden, somehow, some way, after you done something, you feel a little shade, or you see something like,
Hmm.
maybe you caught that. Oh, so you caught that, so you know what I'm talking about. Oh, okay. So
Uh-huh.
here we come with the mess. Okay.
What other experience have y'all experienced in the business world? As far as doing business and building business relationships.
Well, I would say on the good side, I've experienced a lot of empowerment, a lot of love,
Mm-hmm.
from other people, being supportive of the Black women, and just pushing, because I feel like you have to have people in your circle that push you. You pushing them and they pushing you. They holding your hands up and you holding their hands up. So I have experienced the good and the bad. So that's a good thing. Yes.
I have my book. And then I have my little so I'm
Yeah.
very supportive. I like the book. I really enjoyed the book, me myself.
I really do. I really do.
Yes. I mean, I like support, and I mean, I think it's important to support one another.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, we have to stand the test of times if we don't support each other. I
Right.
mean, I'm not saying I want to be a millionaire, but I wouldn't mind being close. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? But I also, but I'm help. My thing is not for me; it's for other people. I'm trying to help other people that's,
Right.
in these situations that they can't seem to get out of.
Right.
And within the Black community, domestic violence, we don't talk about
Exactly.
it at all.
Right.
But
Right.
when I tell you I'm in this group and all I see is nothing, I mean it's some sprinkles of us in there. But when I tell you these white people don't have a problem telling you their stories, they don't have a problem posting their pictures, they don't have a problem telling you ins and outs, and I'm just like, I don't know how to take that. That's
Yeah.
not what I'm used to. Like, what's going on? And I'm like, okay, can I see a sister? Can a sister tell me a story? I need a sister to tell me a story, but I'm not getting it yet.
And that's crazy because it's in our community big time. Like it's
Big time.
really, yeah, and it's going on now since we have this pandemic going
Yes.
on. They're at home
Mhm.
with their abusers, and
Mhm.
it's sad. Like this, I mean, this pandemic is all around. Just
It's definitely.
it's crazy.
And it's crazy.
Mhm.
It really is.
It brings out
The ugly.
The
yeah.
worst.
Mhm.
Yes.
Just like I don't know if y'all been watching about the guy in Georgia with those two people, those two men beating him. They killed him actually.
That was horrible.
That was
Yeah, that
hard.
was horrible. Mhm.
It just we should all right now. We all should be whether we black, white, or whatever we is. We all should be sticking together right now because
Mhm.
I mean it's a lot. We losing people by the minutes. Like
Mhm.
Georgia had 1,000 cases in 24 hours.
What was that? Girl, I must have missed that memo.
Yeah,
1,000 cases. Lord,
yeah,
That's a
ooh,
lot.
that's a
that
lot.
is a lot.
That's
That
a
is
That's
a
a
very
lot.
lot.
And that's is what
And
as
they
soon as
just
they
open
open it
up.
up.
Well, they just open up on the 1st of May.
Mm-mm. That's why. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
It's a lot going on, and I mean, at this point in time, I think we should just all kind of be sticking together to build one another up and just be supportive of one another. Instead of just trying to
Mhm.
bring down. Well, I'm gonna try to make all the money from you. Hell, what you gonna do with all the money from me?
right.
Like what you gonna do with all that money?
Right.
Mhm.
So it's just a lot, it's just a lot that I find as far as, relationships, business relationships, even personal relationships. We
Mhm.
we deal with personal relationships
Right.
A lot.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Mm-hmm.
and my thing is, as far as like bringing this whole girls, sisters together, because we gotta come together and support one another. We may have started talking about business relationship and we went into it a little bit and we dabbed off, but at the same time we get to get away from the other stuff that's going on around us and look
Mm-hmm.
at business and do other things because there's a lot going on and sometimes we could get caught up in all that.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
It's crazy, like this whole corona thing could get you caught up and have you going mental and then you start playing with your mind and stuff.
Hmm. It's very easy.
Huh?
I'm finding myself doing a lot of praying.
hmm
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
have to, because if not, who your mental will be crazy. Just watching the news, like you hearing all of this, and
Mm-hmm.
then a lot of it is you can't put it together because you don't know what to believe with it all.
Right.
I think that us black people a lot of times we don't get therapy, and I think therapy is
Yeah.
okay. There's nothing wrong with getting therapy.
And
I
people
have a
need to
therapist.
understand that. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Did therapy, like I mean I done did therapy because when my dad died,
Hmm.
I take care, as a lot of people know, I take care of my mama, and my mama is in a wheelchair. So when my dad died, I'm like, hold on, this a whole little life, little change here. Even though I was in my 20s, but I'm the baby. So all I had to do was work and come home and go to school.
Yeah.
When my dad died, that was a whole life changing 24 hours
Mm-hmm.
that I went from just being no responsibility to a whole lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to and I was like, at first I'm like, how do I get through this? How do I deal with this? Like going to therapy really kind of helped me to maneuver because I had to grow up quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had to really I had to get this going because if I don't, I can lose my house, I can lose my mom. I had to
Mm-hmm.
get it together. And
Right.
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, for a while I used to sit at my desk and just cry, like, what am I gonna do?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to and somebody was like, oh, black people don't go to therapy.
See what I'm talking about?
What you mean? I gotta go get my mind right.
True. We take care of everything else. Why can't we take care of our mind?
Right.
We have to go to the doctor for our bodies. So
Yeah.
why won't we take care of our mind? Sit down and talk to somebody. Because I believe sometimes, just getting it out. The psychologists, psychiatrists. Sometimes I believe they have a perspective that we may not see. And sometimes you
Mm-hmm.
just need the soul have to express itself. You know, I see
Yeah.
mine.
I know, and I mean, and even going, and I talked to my mom about it. My mom was like, "Well, Erica, back in the days, it was always anything that happened, it stays in the house, or
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
you go talk to the pastor, or you talk to somebody in the house, but you don't
Mm-hmm.
get
We ain't
nothing
doing that no more.
solved.
that's
Mm-mm.
all the time.
You just,
Mm-mm.
it just fester to this big old one big fester bump, and it just blow up. You
Right.
Hmm.
crazy, you in a crazy house. But I think therapy is good. You get somebody on the outside.
Right.
Because I was dealing with some things and going to therapy kind of helped me to deal with those things, like helped me to understand because some stuff I wasn't understanding. But
Right.
going
Mm-hmm.
there helped me
Exactly.
to understand and
Yeah.
open my eyes to it of, okay, well, I gotta do
Right.
it this way and not
Right.
this way. So I
Right.
think therapy is good because people say
It
you're
is.
crazy because you go, no, you crazy because you need to
Because
be.
you ain't going.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Instead of just holding all that stuff in. I was going and it felt so good when I would leave after, like, damn, I done just, the weight
Yes,
was so light.
it did. It do.
Mm-hmm.
like, like this feels so good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I even went to like even I went to therapy with one of my relationships where my boyfriend just left. I went to work and he left. I'm like, hold on, what the hell wrong with me? Like, hold on. And that's abandonment. You start having abandonment issues.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I know I couldn't bring those abandonment issues to my next relationship. So like the therapist said, you gotta clean
Gotta clean it out.
first
Yep.
and before you start something new. So I mean, I don't see what's wrong with therapy. Therapy is so good because you get to clear your mind out and
Really do.
you get
Really
the
do.
Move on.
right. And going to therapy is how I found out of you have to take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Yeah. That's what my therapist told me too.
Like that's how I found out. I was like, take care of who? Erica? What? What is that?
Because we always put ourselves last, black people, black women.
Yeah.
We always have
We
ourselves
always
at the
do.
bottom of the list,
Mm-hmm.
or even if we have ourselves on the list at all.
Yep.
Sometimes we not on the list at all.
Yeah.
Sometimes we not on the list at all. We like
Girl, I ain't been on the list for a
Yes.
while.
Yes.
so
Now I'm on the list.
you on the list now?
I'm on the list now.
Tiffany, you on the list?
I'm on the list now. Most
Mm-hmm.
definitely.
Yeah, I'm the only one on the list. Like, like it feels good, like it just feels good taking care of yourself. Like today I went for a walk in the park. I was like, okay, this feels good. I had my little mask on. And that didn't feel so comfortable with that mask on at all. I'm like, I'm breathing harder than
I walk, but
You
I don't
supposed
wear
to.
my mask when I walk. I
huh?
don't. I don't wear mine when I walk.
I do, and I'm like, I'm sounding like a little pet bull walking down there, papping so hard. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, this is crazy. Like, why? I'm like, Corona, you got people walking with masks on, and it was so funny. They had there was an older couple. They had their masks on. I was like, all right now, I bet y'all ain't walking fast as me. They was just cruising. I'm walking, papping and carrying on. I'm like, so how was y'all day today? Oh Lord, Kim.
I had a good day. I had a good day.
Tiffany, did you see your face?
That was funny.
She must have went to work today.
I did.
I know. She went to work today.
Hmm.
So what else we going with our conversation tonight?
Oh
I
Lord.
don't know, Erica. You the
Really
host.
good. Huh? What you say, Tiffany?
I say you the host, Erica. I don't know.
I can't be done. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to disown Kim as a friend. She give me these looks and I'm like,
Sorry. I've been working on that for 45 years and somehow it just
it's not working.
it's not
It's
working.
okay.
The looks not
Don't worry
working, baby.
about
The looks not
I'm
working.
so sorry. I'm so sorry.
You gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. If you've been working at it 45 years and it ain't getting together, it's no coming back.
Ain't none.
It's no coming back, love.
Not at all. I'm
It's,
gonna keep working though. You know.
I'm with you on working, but 45 years, I don't know. Not enough of therapy for that either.
I sure ain't, because I done been to a few times. It
It's not working.
ain't.
So I think what else? Would y'all have inspiration of that was my thing, relationships. That was my thing that I wanted to talk about tonight was more business relationship and how other people felt. I thought I was just the only one feeling how I felt about business relationships. I don't know. They crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
That's that. I mean, that's what I've been thinking about, for a while. Like, just business relationship in general, because people so shady. Like, how you just, I don't know how you trust.
And and that's what it is. The trust, actually can stem from your childhood because
So what you saying?
if
I
people,
had trust issues when I was a baby.
a little bit. That what I was taught. A little bit. So, it's hard to trust people because you've been done wrong, during the process of you growing up to be an adult. So,
Right, therapist.
yeah,
That was good.
that's what my therapist told me.
Oh, oh, okay.
Yeah. So, so with that being said, um,
You just
you just
passing on information.
yes, sharing experience.
Thank you.
Anytime.
You're not gonna charge
So,
me for that, huh?
uh, $29.95 plus shipping and handling.
You heard that? She charging me for information. We supposed to be on a positive kick. You're not gonna charge me.
Yeah, that was positive words. Came from the arts.
It did, but you put a price on it.
Well, we're in the pandemic right now.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what that is. Yeah.
A small fee because of
Uh,
pandemic.
Just a small
Well,
fee.
maybe I'm gonna come back after May the 16th
Okay, let's
when
do the
everything
16.
kind of open up, and you think I could get it for free then?
Okay, yeah, yeah.
And that's how
When they
people.
open up.
That's really how people be in business. They be trying to negotiate stuff.
Yes, yes,
Everything is a negotiation with people. I'm like, are you
yes.
serious? Like, but no, honestly, that was something that the whole business relationship thing have been something that I've been thinking about, and I'm like, I don't know. It's just so shady. You don't know who's for
Mm-hmm.
real and who's not. Who's for real, who's not
Yeah.
for real, who's gonna be honest with
Mm-hmm.
you and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
can I be by myself?
Yeah.
You get to that point. You really
Yeah.
do. And
You do.
I honestly think that, God didn't design for us to be by ourselves. We can't do our vision and our mission. We can't do what we're supposed to do without people. We just
Mm-hmm.
have to learn how to use wisdom on who to deal with, who not. Release the hurt, release the pain, and keep it moving.
I
Mm-hmm.
know. Like, we just
All we can
release
do.
it all.
Yeah, keep it moving.
So have y'all thought about like even working with like working with someone outside, building a business relationship outside in other states? How would you feel about just doing long distance building relationship?
I definitely would like to network with other people in other states. Not necessarily have a business partner
But
in
just
another state, but to network with other business
Mm-hmm.
people, business like minded in other states. I would definitely
Mm-hmm.
like to do that. Yes,
and
Me too.
don't you find working with other people in other states is a little bit different when you're working with people in your own
I,
place?
I do. I
Yes.
definitely do.
Yeah, because my business partner Yvonne, she's in Houston, so and it's
Okay.
like it's not it helps you build trust because you have to know that that person not close around to you. They're in another state, so it helps you build trust
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
for that.
That's a good way of putting it. That's a good way of putting it.
What, building trust? Yeah, that's what you do.
Yeah, building it because that's what it has to get up to because you
Because you're
know,
not seeing that person.
yeah, and just hoping and praying,
Right.
that they doing what they say they doing.
That is not as shady, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
And sometimes a lot of times it works out better.
it does. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Hmm.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Every Everything with her. Sometimes it works out.
Sometimes. Hmm.
It works out all the time. We just gotta have a little faith. We gotta put a little faith on it.
I'm gonna keep that lifted in prayer. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Erica, what
Mm-hmm.
time it is? Because I have another call to do.
Okay. It's
What time?
we could end whenever. If y'all don't have anything positive to leave off with, you have anything positive before we leave off?
You talking to me, Erica?
Whoever wanna go first.
Well, I just want to say that relationships sometimes can be difficult, but they're needed. I love people, and if we just base everything on love and just love people and forgiveness and not harbor any ill feelings towards anyone, we can make it.
We
Do
definitely
our best to support one another, and love one another.
can.
What she said. What she said. Hmm.
I'm a whoop her. I'm a whoop her.
I second that emotion. That was real good. Hmm.
I, I think my positive thing is love one another.
Yeah.
We have
Period.
love
Hmm.
will take us. We gotta love one another, and just put some trust on it.
Yes.
Put some trust on it.
Yeah.
You agree with
Hmm.
that, Kim? Put some trust.
I agree. Put some trust on it. Hmm.
I want to say before we close and before we go, thank y'all for joining my group tonight. Just taking the time out y'all busy day, and just to get away from our other life and
Uh-huh.
things that's going on. So hope we meet again.
We will.
I love you guys. Y'all take
Love you
care.
too.
It's nice meeting you, Kim.
Nice meeting you too, Tiffany.
All right.
All right,
Y'all
y'all.
have a wonderful night.
You too.
You as
Thanks
well,
a lot.
Tiffany.
Bye bye. You're welcome.